What's going on, y'all? This is Charles Arnaz from Charles Arnaz World. I want to do this particular video. I'm gonna try to be, I like to joke around on my channel and clown around, talk about different things and that's going on in the world as far as like entertainment, comedy, money, stuff like that. But I was, I met a young guy today. He's probably like in his 20s, and he called me OG. I was like, oof, I'm OG now, huh? Oof, time is flying. I'm in my 40s now. I guess I'm the OG. So I was like, yeah, what's going on, brother? And he had some advice. He wanted to know some advice, and I gave it to him. I believe it was a advice on women, and I gave him a little bit of advice, and he was like, appreciate that, man. He was like, I never really had a father figure or anybody in my life to kind of give me game on stuff like this, So I just wanted to ask your opinion on it. It, um, he didn't know me. I didn't know him. Just a young brother. Just wanted to know just wanted to have some direction. And so, I gave it to him. And I got, as I left, I got in my car and I left. I started to think to myself, I wonder how many other young men in America, not just in America, but all over the world, that don't have an older man to kind of give them advice on certain things, whether it be women, um, money, just different situations. So I figured, you know what, I'm gonna do a video. I'm gonna try to do a video series, and you know what, nobody may not even watch this. Somebody may say this dude don't know what he's talking about, and I may not know what I'm talking about, but I'm just giving my opinion from the experiences that I've had in life, you know. So that's all I can give is what I went through when I was in my teens and my tweens and my 30s. So maybe it may help somebody else out, some other young man out there. And I know it's a lot of young men out here that don't have fathers or don't have a male figure in their life that they can look up to or get advice from. Not saying I want anybody to look up to me, but I want to give young guys advice on how to move if I can, on my experiences, not anybody else's experiences, not what anybody else has been through. I want to give some advice if anybody watches this later on, maybe 20 years from now, because YouTube ain't going nowhere. I mean, it is what it is. This video, hopefully, this video could find its way. Shoot, my mic on. Could find its way to other generations of young men that want to look. What I'm saying, that don't have a male figure to kind of guide them along. You know, um, but this is episode 1, advice to young men. And my experiences is when I was in my teens and my 20s, uh, I wasn't really focused. I mean, I was focused, but I was more of a goof off, like to crack jokes, as as like I would as what I do now. I crack jokes, you know. I didn't really grab the bull. I guess they call it grabbing the bull by the horns, right? Really going after it, really getting up and going after what I want in life. I kind of was very nonchalant. I got distracted by women, as we all do when we're young. We get distracted by women, and I just goof partying, hanging out in my 20s. Then I came out here when I was about in my late 20s. I was about 28 when I came out here, 29. So then I got into a relationship, and that was it was very tumultuous. Not on her part; she was amazing, but I just wasn't mature for that kind of relationship. I think she was more mature. Even though me and her are around the same age, women are a lot more ahead of us mentally on certain things, especially when it comes to relationships. I think sometimes, um, and she was a real one. I just was goofing off, cheating, stuff like that. So we went our separate ways, and I'm gonna do a video about that later on, maybe in episode 2 or 3. But I want to talk to you guys about working hard. Work hard, man. Figure out what you want to do young. Figure out what you want to do young. Figure out what you want to accomplish, accomplish, accomplish when you're young. Young, figure it out. Figure out, what do I like to do for free as a hobby, and then really sit down and figure out, how can I make money and make a living and take care of myself with this thing I enjoy doing. That advice where they say that if you find what you love to do, you'll never work a day in your life. That's true stuff. You know, you have to really, and I would say when you're young, any teenagers watching, teenage guys watching this, any 20-year-old, 20-something-year-old men watching this, even 30-year-old men watching this, really sit down. And when I say sit, people say sit down, and I'm really saying sit down. Take one day and sit down with a notepad and a pen. Don't use your phone. Turn your phone off. Block Instagram out, all that. I know y'all youngsters, especially y'all teens, it's hard for y'all to put that phone down without checking TikTok or Instagram every 5 minutes. But turn it off. Turn everything off and go off the grid, as Kanye would say. I know what he meant when he said we off the grid. Sometimes to get your mind right and focus on what you need to do, and then that's probably why he bought that ranch. Where is it, in Iowa? I think he's at, or Wyoming, way out. Sometimes you need some place where you can just be away from people, quiet. Not saying you got to do that. You got to buy a house way out in Wyoming to get peace. That could be kind of expensive, but I'm saying get like go somewhere quiet. If you just sit in your car, park somewhere with a secluded area during the day, preferably when you be safe. Don't be nowhere secluded at night. But go somewhere at the beach if you live near the ocean, or if you live out in the country, and just sit there quietly. Turn the radio off, turn everything off, and let your mind think. Take your notepad and your pen and just sit there and think to yourself. Teenagers, if you got to leave the house because your parents are a little bit too hectic, your mom too hectic, go somewhere quiet and sit. I'm talking about take one day, this one day out of your life that can probably change your whole life, and figure out, what do you want to do for the rest of your life? What can I see myself doing until the day I retire or die? What do I want that I can see myself doing over and over again every day, and I just enjoy doing it? And whatever that is, okay, now I write it down. Once you write it down, figure out, okay, how can I make money from this to survive and make a living off of this? And then just write it down. Really focus. Now, once you finish doing that, if you have to go on Google, once you're done sitting down that whole day, go back home or wherever you at, and or even if you can't leave the house, do it somewhere quiet, you know. And once you write it down and figure out what you want to do, then you got to figure out steps to get there. Steps to get there. That's the next part. This you got to take one day. If it takes you hours, you can spend 8 hours working for somebody. I know a lot of you guys have jobs. A lot of you teenage young men have jobs. Y'all work 8 hours working for somebody else. You can take 8 hours out your day to work on yourself, to just sit down and think about what you want to do for the rest of your life. 8 hours. I'm saying 8 hours. You'll probably be bored. You might fall asleep, but wake back up, get that pen, just think. There's one thing we don't do, and this one thing with these phones, they distract us in thinking, you know, and just think about what you want to do. Did I put the dang thing back in here? Oh, yep, it's on there. I'm just making sure this thing's recording. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to be telling all this good advice. I'm just telling it to myself. But make sure you sit down and figure out what you want to do. And then once you figure it out and you go back home or wherever if you go somewhere secluded, turn your phone back on, you get back into, you go off the grid and you come back to reality, into this crazy world we live in. Get up the next morning and go after it. You have to have a level of discipline to get where you're trying to go in this life. And you have to go after it, man. I think the reason why I'm in a position I haven't made it to where I want to be in life is lack of discipline, being distracted, and it happens, you know. But I think to solve that, you probably need to maybe maybe 1 or 2 days. 5 days you go after it. Maybe even 6. But maybe 5 to 6 days a week, go after it. Wherever you wrote down in that notepad, figure out, go, 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 go. Notice, block out girls, women, mama in your ear. If you live with your mom, focus. You got to focus. It's going to be hard. No, it's going to be hard. Turn the TV off. If you're studying, if you're going to school, you decide to go to college and study a certain thing that you enjoy doing. Maybe you want to be an electrician or a veterinarian. Turn off the TV and sit down in your room, wherever you at, and just figure out, how do I become a veterinarian, and go after it. Go after it every day, every day, every day. And people say every day, grind every day. No, no, no. You get burned out that way. Take at least 1 day to 2 days and just relax, chill, hang out with your friends, and debrief. Then get back. Then once you take that 1 or 2 days off, then get back after it. Only 2 days out the week. 1 to 2 days. If you want to go really hard, do 6 days. But I say 1 or 2 days. Okay, I'm gonna chill today. I'm gonna chill these 2 days, and then I'm gonna get back after it 5 days a week. Discipline, discipline, discipline. Up early. I figured out that the best way to practice discipline is to practice getting up early. People hate getting up early. You know why? It's a discipline. I can reference The Rock. The Rock gets up at 4 a.m., goes to the gym. Second, go to work out. If you don't have a gym membership, go to your nearest park. Now, I'm not saying you got to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning, but get up early, 5, 6, or 7. Get up early, wash, shower, and go run. Go to the park, run or walk. Get that blood flowing. That gets your day started. When you come home, meditate. If you pray, if you believe in God, pray. But if you believe in God, if you believe in God, pray. If you don't believe in God, meditate. Get up early, get a good workout in, whether it be going to the park for a walk, jog, or going to the gym. Come home, meditate for about a good 20 to 30 minutes, and then start your day. That sets you on a course to discipline, because discipline, for you young guys who don't know, discipline is doing something this is what Mike Tyson said. I got this from Mike Tyson. Not personally, but from watching his interviews and stuff. Discipline is the art of doing something that you don't enjoy doing. Who likes getting up early in the morning? I mean, it's some people out here that are early birds, but I don't know too many people who like to get up early in the morning. Getting up early in the morning, doing something you don't want to do, but doing it like you love it. That's what Mike Tyson said. Get up early in the morning. That's one thing you don't like doing. Practice getting up early, even if you off that day. Get up early in the morning. They call it seize the day. Take full advantage of 24 hours that you have. Get up early, even though you're like, damn, I want to sleep. Get up. That's the men who lay sleep. Those are undisciplined. The ones who get up 5, 6, 7 a.m. Those are the ones who have discipline. Get up early. That's one thing you got to do. Working out. Most people don't like working out. Most guys don't like working out. A lot of people don't like working out. Get up, get a good walk in or run if you don't have a gym membership. And then meditation. Who has the focus with this distraction with the phone and the TV and the laptops and the tablets. Who has the discipline to sit with themselves for 20 to 30 minutes and just in quiet and let their brain just focus on their breathing? Most people can't do that. These three things build discipline. Once you build those three disciplines, you practice this every day. Boom, boom, boom. They say that it takes 21 days to build a habit. See if you can do this for 21 days. Getting up early, set your alarm, get up early like clockwork. Up, out the bed, not snooze button, up. That alarm goes off, up. In the shower or to the gym or whatever. If you want to go to the gym first, go to the gym. Well, it'd probably be best to go to the gym first, then shower. Get up early, go to the gym, get that workout in, or the park, come home, shower, meditate. Sitting with your thoughts is hard, man. That takes discipline. When you do that for 21 days, you can build that discipline. And then within that 21 days, you can start working hard. You can start, you can, well, do it, work hard too, but implement that at the beginning, because that'll build the discipline to work hard and be consistent. Don't be distracted, guys. Do not be distracted. If you have something you want in this life, you want to get your family or your mom or whoever, your sister, whoever your guardian is, or your loved ones is in a better position. Because that's a part about being a man, right? You want to take care of everybody. That's the distinction for a real man who doesn't look out for just himself, but looks out constantly thinking of how he can help others, especially women in his family and older men in his family or his brother, whatever. That's the sign of a real man. Somebody's always looking out for themselves and screw everybody else. It's not really a man. You know what I'm saying? I think usually the man puts his family and the people that he loves that had his back first to get them in a better position. But work hard, man. Brothers, young brothers out there, work hard.